It's finally over. It's ended. I want to cry now. Yes, guys, today's video is going to be about the series finale of Breaking Bad. And warning before going into this, there are going to be spoilers from the whole show. So if you care about spoilers, don't watch this video. So, let's get into this review. So the episode begins of Walt stealing a car and him trying to get to Gretchen and the other guy whose name I can't remember. I can't believe that. And at this point, Walt, he goes to meet Gretchen and her husband. And this is one of my favorite parts about this whole episode. The thing that I love about this episode was that Walter, he was in total control. Never once was he afraid. He was just in total control. He spoke calm. The way that he threatens Gretchen and her husband, it's awesome. Now, a lot of people from the previous episode, including myself, I thought that he was going to go kill him. But instead, what he does is that the leftover money that he has, the $11 million, he gives it to Gretchen and her husband. Pretty much Walt says, look, I can't give the money to my kids. They won't accept it. It's drug money. And even if I do, the FBI or the DEA will take it away from them. Because he knows if he gives it to his family, it's not going to work. And also, too, Gretchen and her husband have been working on this campaign that's like help with victims over who have dealt with methamphetamine problems. And Walt says, well, you have helped with people with problems with the methamphetamine. And I was just like, oh, that's just so clever, so well done. The writing in this show is just so phenomenal. So what Walt does, he gets Jesse's two former friends, Badger and Skinny Pete, and what he does, it's funny, he gets them to point lasers at them, but what Gretchen and her husband think are snipers and a hitman, Walt says, I have two of the most professional snipers here, and they're going to kill you if you don't take the money to my family. And I'm just like, oh, clever Heisenberg. And they're like, okay, we'll do it. And it's just so clever how Walt can trick them. And then we finally get to see Jesse after 5 months. Because on the last episode, it took a course about 4 or 5 months or so. And we finally get to see Jesse in a broken down stage. The first clip we see of Jesse is and if you guys remember from season 4, when they're having the therapy session, Jesse's in, and then he's like, I created this sandbox in wood shop, and I created it, and it was just so soft, so well done, but I sold it to get weed. That's the clip that we see. We see him making the wooden box, and we just see him holding it preciously. Then we see Jesse, and he has long hair, his beard, he has a scar all over him. We just see a broken down Jesse. I think the whole point of that is that because Jesse, he views making meth as art, so he viewed that of him making the wooden box as was art, you know? That was something that he really cherished for and took a lot of effort in making it. But then, boom, Walt says, no, I did it for myself. He goes on saying he felt alive, that he felt who he really was. He said he was so good at it, he enjoyed doing it. I was just like, wow, that's perfect. How well it truly describes Walter Whitehouse he's become now. This final episode just makes you want to cry because you see Walt just looking at Holly, his baby daughter, and he's just like, this is going to be the last time I see her. Skylar's like, and you feel that Skylar's like, she doesn't completely like, oh, I forgive him, but she's like, yeah, Walt's kind of changed now. It sucks because he never gets to say goodbye to his son, and especially what his son said at the last episode. It's just, it makes you sad. The more you think about it, the more you want to like, it's so sad. Todd and Lydia find out that Walt's alive. You know, they're in the cafe diner where Walt and Lydia always used to meet up. Oh, you gotta leave. And then Walt's like, okay. And he leaves. And then as Lydia gets her coffee and starts pouring like the sugar in it, remember the ricin that Walt took in the beginning of the second half of season 5B? Well, he actually puts it into the sugar. So instead of the sugar, it's ricin that Lydia is pouring into her coffee. So Lydia has taken the ricin. So that's what the ricin was for. So then he finally gets to the Nazis, and he's just telling, you know, Todd, because he wanted to make meth with them. He's like, I want to work with you. And then Uncle Jack, the main leader of the Nazis, he's like, well, just kill him. And then he's about to die, and you're like, no. You have Jesse as a partner. You liar. You told me that you were going to kill Jesse. He's like, you calling me a liar? And then he orders Todd to get Jesse back. He says, you calling me a liar? I'm going to show you right now. Then once I've shown you, I'm going to kill you. And then Todd brings in Jesse, and then Walt finally realizes that, whoa. Because in this whole episode, he finds out that Jesse was making meth. So I think that this whole episode, Walt was like, okay, I'm going to kill Jesse. But once he sees that Jesse, he's a prisoner to them. You know, he's pretty much their dog. He's just like, looking at him, he's like, wow, they've really messed up Jesse. So what happens is that he gets closer to Jesse, and Jesse's like, oh God. He's like, you can tell Jesse's kind of afraid. And then what Walt does, he tackles him down, and they think they're like, oh, they're gonna fight. And then Walt turns on the car alarm, and then opens the bumper of the back of the car, and then you see the turret of the gun that he bought, and it just starts wasting them. He starts wasting the Nazis. That scene was so well done. I mean, he's just taking them all out, and they're just all dying. There's all blood everywhere. Everyone's dying. Todd ducks down, and here's the thing that I love, that and all the crap that Jesse and Walt been through. You know, Jesse trying to kill Walt, trying to frame him. Walt protected Jesse from dying. He protected him, even after all the crap that those two went against each other. Once the turret guns just keep shooting, kills all of them. Uncle Jack is still alive, but he's just barely alive. And then Walt gets the gun, and then he kills Uncle Jack the same way that Uncle Jack killed Hank. And then Jesse gets his cuffs. Before he takes them off, he gets his cuffs and starts choking Todd with the handcuffs. And then it takes like about a minute, then you hear like, and you're just like, oh, so gritty, so violent. And I really like that, because Todd was the reason why Jesse just became just so down, just so depressed, because he killed that kid on the bike. Todd killed Jesse's girlfriend, and it's just like Jesse's been waiting to release it on to Todd. He just kills him, and I'm just like, that's perfect. And then we're left to the two of Walt and Jesse. And Jesse has the gun to Walt, and Walt's like, do it. And then Jesse said, I won't shoot you unless you tell me that you want it. And then Jesse starts to look at Walt, and then you can see that Walt's been shot from the turret. Jesse already knows that he's gonna die, and Walt knows he's gonna die. But after that, Jesse's like, if you want it, you do it. Walt calls Lydia from Todd's phone, and Lydia's trying to make sure if Todd and them killed Walter. And then she finds out that it was actually Walt, and she finds out that Walt put the rice in it. You just see that she looks like a fever. You know she's gonna die. She's like, uh-oh. Lydia had a bad death. I mean, she just really got screwed over, and I really like that. And then you see the final connection that, like, Jesse's like, after everything we've been through, you saved my life. And then Jesse gets in the car and just goes away. And here's the thing that I love. After everything that Jesse's been through, he's been through so much. The thing that he needed the most was freedom. And he got that. He was free. Just drives off. Not into the sunset, because it's still in the night. Drives off to the moon, I guess. And you just see him, he's laughing hysterically. He's just laughing because Jesse finally got it. He's got freedom. He could do whatever he wants with his life. No more Nazis, no more Walt, and no more Lydia or anyone. All the loose ends are gone. Jesse is a free man. Then you see the final shot that we get is Walt going into the meth lab where Todd and Jesse were working at. You just see him touching everything, you know. Then he gets the meth mask that he always cooks with. And then you see the police coming in. And then Walt starts to look, he's like, it's over. Then you see the blood stains on the methylene gas. Walt falls down, and you see him with the meth mask right there, and he's just gone. He's dead. Walter White, Heisenberg, has died. The thing that I liked about this was that the reason that Walt was right there in the whole methylene lab was to tie up loose ends. Tie up everything, trying to protect his family, get the money to his family, help Jesse get to his freedom. Walt put all that onto him. That's why he was right there in the meth lab. He died what he loved doing. This series finale, I was really worried because most intently the series finale never do well, but Breaking Bad had a phenomenal series finale. Tied up all loose ends, give us what we all wanted to see, resolution, seeing Walter White go down, seeing Jesse get his freedom back once and for all. And I'm going to tell you right now, Breaking Bad is definitely one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely one of my most favorite shows. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. This has never happened to me for a TV show. I want to go rewatch the entire series once again and relive it. And if you guys haven't seen it, or you're just like new, please go watch Breaking Bad. It will be worth it. It's so phenomenal. You need to watch it, because in the end, it all resolutes very well. So good. I love the show. Vince Gilligan directed and written this episode so well. Bryan Cranston acted phenomenal. Aaron Paul, everyone did the job well. It's sad to see Breaking Bad go, but at least they got the conclusion it deserved. I'm going to give this series finale of Breaking Bad an A+. It deserves it. It's just ended so well. There's just nothing else to say. So those are my thoughts on the Breaking Bad series finale. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.